Good morning, everybody. My name is Tamra Oviatt, and I'm the founder of Sacred Activations. And I want to thank 5D Events for inviting me here to speak with you guys. And I advertise we're going to be speaking, moving from 3D to 5D. Guess what? We're already in 5D. We're here. It's happening. And guess what's happening with being in 5D? All those filters you had that kept your thoughts, feelings, and emotions to take a long time to manifest, they're gone. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are manifesting faster than ever before. So where's your energy? What are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? If you're focusing on there's not enough, guess what? There's not enough. If you're focusing on amazing health, you got amazing health. Where is your focus? And what about the world? You know, we are the creators of this world, and it's up to us to change this world. Nobody's going to come and save us. We are the collective consciousness, and we're working with the collective subconsciousness that's been running this planet for millions of years. And if you listen to Nostradamus or some of those other people, psychics or whatever from history, they talk about all these bad things that are going to happen in 2017, 2018. You know why? Because they're reading the subconsciousness information of humanity. And I say it's all bull. And I also say we're going into world peace. And I know we are. Archangel Michael promised me that I would see world peace in my lifetime. And they also showed me it's totally up to us. And have you heard about the spiritual wars that are going on? Anybody? They talk about the spiritual wars that are going on in the heavens. You know what they showed me when I was in Glastonbury last time, Glastonbury, England, is that there is spiritual wars going on. That is correct. But you know what they're doing? They're downloading this stuff in the subconsciousness of humanity. Fear, 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 suffer, suffer, suffer. And then love, 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 abundance, abundance, health. Everything is being sent in. And as you notice, every time we do this major shift into love, another tragedy happens, right? To bring in the fear, fear, fear. But you know what I'm watching that's happening with all these tragedies that people are calling tragedies? Is it's waking us up and it's bringing us together as a community. And people are feeling the love, they're feeling the connection. And it's so beautiful. So when everybody's talking about these tragedies, I'm going, yay, we're coming together. And we've got to think about that. And we've got to realize we are creating this world. And we are the only people that can change it. It's up to us. They've told me very clearly, we are here to assist you. We are here to help you. You can call on us for your help. But it's your job. It's your job to do this. This is your world. This is your program. This is your game. You are here to play a game. Are you a winner or are you a loser? I got woken up a couple months ago in the middle of the night, and they showed me the eye of God again, swirling. Everything is here. They showed me the eye of God, and then they showed me a chess set, a marble chess set, with these big marble pieces. And they say, remember, Tamra, it's just a game. You take a step, they take a step. You take a move, they make a move. And just keep moving and remember you're a winner. So let's keep moving forward. Keep being in that peace and that love. And when you find something in your heart that isn't radiating with you, that doesn't feel good, work on it. I'm going to show you a process that you can do on your own to help clear your stuff. And I'm going to bring you into the eye of God. Okay? In sacred activations, you receive golden seals to do this work and to do this work with others. And in sacred activations that I teach, there's over 300 activations that help shift you very quickly, make you feel really good. So I'm here to assist that way. We have hundreds of practitioners all over the world to work with you. We even have teachers if you want to learn the modality. As a matter of fact, we have one sitting here in the audience. And sacred activations is amazing to shift you, but I'm going to show you something that you can do on your own. And I'm going to invite you to come to my website and receive 3 free activations and an ebook form of this book, Mastering the Masters. You can get it online free off my website. And just by reading through this book and reading the activations, you'll shift. You'll receive the energy just by reading it. You'll feel the energy. So a little plug-in for my website, and now let's get going. So go into Mother Earth, and imagine that you can go all the way into Mother Earth's heart chakra. Just feel that unconditional love. That unconditional love of Mother Earth. Doesn't it feel beautiful? Warm and cozy. Now I'd like you to imagine that you can go all the way into the eye of God. Maybe you can pretend that there's an elevator that shows up and you can go inside of it. And there's a button there that you press. And it's like the eye of God. Press that button. We're going to count from 10 to 1. And when we get to 1, the door will open inside the eye of God. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The door opens. Now you find yourself in this vast energy of the eye of God. Connect into that beautiful energy. And think about whatever it is you'd really like to let go of right now. Something that's really been bothering you for a long time. You might feel a little energy of spinning energy. You might not feel anything. It's okay either way. And just allow whatever it is to be released. This will change hundreds to even thousands of belief systems. And when you're ready, when you can't think about that thought anymore, imagine that you can go back into Mother Earth and connect back into that beautiful heart chakra. And every single cell of your body is being filled with golden light. Feel that love. A connection. Doesn't that feel good? Okay, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Sacred Activations continues to shift you for days, even weeks after receiving an activation. Sometimes even months later, things are still shifting because it's changing hundreds to even thousands of belief systems that you're plugged into. They could be from your genetics, from your past lives, even the collective consciousness of your town, of your country, of your bloodline, of your religion. It can all affect you. And with the subconsciousness belief systems, you know how the subconsciousness runs 95% of your life. And you're not even aware the beliefs are there, but the things are showing up, right? And you're all, why is this showing up? Well, because that belief system's in your subconsciousness. It's the same thing with the subconsciousness of humanity. And the cool thing about the work we're doing with this is it clears you out of the subconsciousness of humanity. And you know what's really cool about that? Since we're all connected, it also shifts hundreds to even thousands of people while you're shifting. So I know a lot of people aren't into healing the world. They're into healing themselves. But guess what? When you are healing yourself, you are healing the world because we are all connected. So we keep getting better and better as a human race, as love, as peace. It creates that within us. Doesn't that feel good? Love it. Who would like some activations? Ooh, what should we do? How about alchemy of the third dimension, since we're talking about this? Now, when I got alchemy of the third dimension, the Octarians brought it to me. They said, we have 4 activations for you. Activation of the third, fourth, fifth dimension, and Stargate. And it took me 6 months to run them because I was scared. Because when I started receiving sacred activations, they started shifting me so fast. And the thought of alchemy of the third dimension really scared me. Because here I am going to start seeing all this stuff that I wasn't ready for. So it took me 6 months, and I was working with Cindy, actually, on a private session, and she'd done all the activations up to that point. And it's like, okay, what do we do now? And I heard alchemy of the third, fourth, fifth dimension is Stargate. And I went, oh, God. Do I have to? So what's nice about alchemy of the third dimension, again, it continues to run, so it doesn't overload you where all of a sudden your whole world changes. It takes the time to keep opening up and changing belief systems for you so you can really see through it. And alchemy of the third dimension is really about being able to see through the video game and realize it's a video game and it's illusion and we're playing it. So you're not taking yourself so seriously or taking life so seriously. So are you guys ready? Okay, I'm going to have a seat so I'm not moving all over the place while I'm running this energy. So I invite you just to go into your heart and think about whatever you desire. That's all you have to do. You can't do this wrong. This is called alchemy of the third dimension. And while I'm doing this, I will be silent. And when I run these energies, I connect into the eye of God. We're running this energy through your future and past lives. Through your genetics. And we're now clearing you out of the collective belief systems about the illusion of this planet. Okay, when you're ready, go into Mother Earth. Imagine you go all the way into Mother Earth's heart chakra. Good. How you guys doing? Any questions? Nothing. Anything you want to. Doesn't matter. You can think about anything. And it'll still help clear the belief system of the alchemy of the third dimension, which is the illusion of this planet, to really be able to see that we are creating this and that we're living in this planet, but it's not total reality. It's more like a video game. So it helps you to take things not so seriously. While I was running that, I wasn't really sure what else I was going to be running, and I got a couple of them. Anybody play the victim? Is anybody a victim here in circumstances? Are you a victim in life? Do people take advantage of you? Not anymore? Good. Okay, well, that one wasn't huge. We got a couple people. What about healthy boundaries? Do you have good boundaries? You got good boundaries, good. No, we got some no's. Okay, we're going to do healthy boundaries because we're getting enough no's that I want to do it. And anybody that has their boundaries in place can definitely have better boundaries, healthy-wise. So if you're ready, just put your thought into healthy boundaries, whatever that is for you, okay? Or whatever it isn't for you, however you're acting that isn't healthy for you in your life. So to do this, you just think about whatever comes up, and you can just put your thought in your heart, or you can just be totally silent in your mind. It doesn't matter. And we're going to clear out healthy boundaries. So here we go. Right. We're going to clear out unhealthy boundaries to give you healthy boundaries, because it just replaces it. Okay, we're bringing this energy through your whole timeline, future and past. Running it through your genetics. Running this energy through the collective, clearing you out of the belief systems. Okay, when you're ready, imagine that you can go into Mother Earth's heart chakra, and just sit there for a moment. And that beautiful love. Just imagine that you're being filled with golden light. When you're ready, open your eyes. Oh, thank you. Exactly. Master practitioner. Yeah, I mean, what happens, I guess I should explain this. Like I said, this changes hundreds to even thousands of belief systems. And sometimes the way you used to act or things that used to happen are going to show up again. And then you're just going to act different about them. And then when that happens, it just goes away and it doesn't have to repeat itself again. But sometimes it's going to come up again. And sometimes over a couple days, you'll have a lot of belief systems just start coming up and you're going, what's going on? Why am I feeling this way? And then it just clears and it's gone. And it doesn't come back and you don't have to repeat it. But sometimes there's things you see that you had no idea you believed. And all of a sudden it starts showing up. When I first started doing sacred activations, let me tell you a little background about me. Sorry, I always just jump right in. A background about me is, well, he just moved the camera, so I'm not going to stand up. I don't want to. Anyways, in like 1998, 1999, I was very happy, single mom with 2 kids, had a nanny, had a nice house, had a beautiful job selling CNC machines. CNC machines are computer numeric control machines, are big, huge metal cutting machines. So I was calling on engineers and having an absolute blast. And I kept hearing, you're supposed to be a healer. Over and over and over again. You're supposed to be a healer, you're supposed to be a healer, you're supposed to be a healer. And I said, prove to me this white light exists if you want me to do this. And with that, I got this picture, which God has told me to put these pictures that he gives me on my books. That's why they're here. I feel a little funny about it. I feel like I'm everywhere. But this picture here, you can see it, the white light is hitting me in the heart chakra. And this is like 1999, and I went, holy cow. And I hid the picture for years. As a matter of fact, I just started showing it the last couple of years. Yeah. So there was no lighting on the wall either. This was a new room. There was no lights on the wall at all. And that picture got downloaded with another one with this being, this body of this being with the aura around it, but you can see through the body. And I don't have that picture. I wish I did. And it wasn't me or my friend. No. We were, I was single. And we were taking pictures for the, there's now this internet. And there's now dating sites online. So that's what we're taking photos for. And then I got that photo and it was like, wow, and I hid it. And years they kept saying, remember the photo, Tamra, remember the photo, Tamra. So I took hypnosis and with this amazing guy, absolutely amazing guy. And then I did quantum energetics, and then I did NLP, master hypnosis, timelines, all that other stuff. And then I went into theta healing, and I got my certificate of science and teachers in theta healing. And every time I was doing this, I would hear, this is for your training, not what you're going to be doing. And it was pretty frustrating. It was really frustrating. I used to teach angel classes, And I'd become self-employed for a while, and I was broke. I was so broke because I had those belief systems that healing should be free, and, I mean, at one point I was even on food stamps to feed my kids. Food stamps? I didn't have the money to feed my kids. One day I went walking, and this is like 2002, 2003. I was short on my rent. I didn't have any money to buy Christmas for my kids. I went walking on the beach and started screaming at God. If you want me to be a healer, then you pay my rent, and you pay it now. And I screamed. And I went home, and within an hour, one of my clients came to the door and handed me a check for $1,500 and said, God told my boyfriend to give this to you. Paid my rent and bought my son's Christmas. I still didn't trust it enough and went back into the business world because I had all these belief systems to deal with, And in 2011, in the later 2011, I started talking to this gentleman online in England. And he was an attorney and had his practice there and everything. And he was inviting me to England. He's all, Tamra, I want to marry you. This is where you're going to live. You got to come over. And I couldn't get anything going. I mean, every time I'd teach a class, I would say, this is probably going to be the last time I'm going to teach this class. And I didn't know why. I didn't understand it. And I went over to connect with this guy, and I'm like, holy cow, this is not my soulmate. And I'd been seeing him on Skype, but it's just, whatever. It had to he was my carrot to get me to England, And I went for a walk one morning, walking through the park, and started screaming at God again, what the hell am I doing here? And as soon as I said that, I heard, go to the Roslyn Chapel, Tamra. And so I went back to his house, and I told him and his friend, whose friend was Buddhist and very spiritual and a writer, and I said, God told me to go to the Roslyn Chapel. He says, oh, Tamra, that's known to activate your 12 strands of DNA. You should go. So I booked a train and a B&B for Scotland for the next day. God told me to call one of my clients, Vera, in Scotland, and have her meet me at the chapel, and I did. And so we sat there, and I sat in the chapel, and I said, okay, God, I'm here. And I was connecting to the seventh plane like I'd learned in Theta Healing to talk to God. I'd been talking to God my whole life, but it helped me understand the process of what I was doing. So I connected, and I said, okay, God, I'm here. And I was told to go to the sixth plane, which is known as the laws of the universe and the Akashic records. So I went there, and there was this being standing there, and I'm all, who are you, and what do you want? And he's all, I'm here to assist you. And I said, okay. And then when that happened, all this energy, this vortex, this spinning energy started coming down and through my DNA. I could see it going into my DNA. Then I saw it followed up by all these golden seals stacking up. I went, wow, that was weird. And it happened, it was like 10, 15 minutes this was going on. Our heads hurt, we were dizzy. Told to ground ourselves afterwards, and then Vera and I went to lunch. And on the way to lunch, I heard, you're now crystalline and give this to others. And then she dropped me off at my bus stop. I never talked to her again. I think I scared the crap out of her. And I went home to my B&B, and I started calling all my friends. Guess what happened? Do you want some? And everybody's all, yeah. So then I knew I couldn't stay with this guy anymore. So I Facebooked a friend of mine that from Facebook, never met before. He had interviewed me once on one of his radio shows. And I said, I need a cheap place to stay, but I can't leave. I can't leave London. I knew I had to stay. I said, but I can't afford much. And he says, well, funny thing, my girlfriend and I just got this new flat. We have a room for you. Come on down. So I met him so this guy that I was with took me to this train station to meet Vincent, and I went and stayed with him and his girlfriend, and I was there for about 6 weeks. And then I was going to have to leave because his daughters were coming in from France. And during that time, I went to Stonehenge, received another activation, and that one scared the crap out of me. And that one's called Avebury Stonehenge. I sat on the bench, and the energy started flowing in, and I'd never felt anything like that in my life. And I started screaming in my head, of course. I wasn't doing that in Stonehenge. Stop, what are you doing? So this is how sacred activations begun. My first year, there was 16 activations in my first year. There's over 300 now, 5.5 years later. And it took me a year to integrate those 16 activations. And most of the beginning activations are sacred geometry activations. So they activate the sacred geometry within your body. And then they change hundreds to even thousands of belief systems. And after my first 3 activations, I'm going to tell you 2 stories, and then we'll do the Flower of Life activation. How's that sound? Okay. So I had the first 3 activations, and that guy that told me, the Buddha guy, right, told me you got to go. You got to go to Roslyn Chapel. So I'm talking on the phone. I said, okay, I've got these 3 activations, which was the Moses codes, which activate your tree of life. I found out later. I didn't really know about sacred geometry. Somebody handed me a Flower of a Life book, and I saw it. And I went, holy crap, I'm doing this. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just told to do it, so I was doing it. So I had that activation. I had the Lord Metatron, which is from Roslyn Chapel, and I had a very Stonehenge. So I said, I have these activations. You want them? He goes, yeah, absolutely. So I ran the activations on him, and I was hearing, tell him you're going to be sensitive. Tell him you're going to be sensitive. Tell him you're going to be sensitive. Tell him he is going to be sensitive. And I didn't tell him. No, I didn't have enough confidence in myself or what was going on with me. Trust me, I didn't trust this process for a long time. They had to keep proving it to me. Prove it to me, you know. I've always been one of those people. And, you know, God tells me to do something, I say no, you know. Most people go out seeking God, God comes seeking me. It's weird. But anyway, so I ran these 3 activations on him, and the next day, he was an amazing artist and writer. He took everything into the middle of his yard along with his computer and did a bonfire. Broke up with his girlfriend and left. And I went, holy cow, what did I do to that poor guy? I felt totally responsible. So David told me what had happened, this guy that I went to, you know, originally visit, and he told me what happened, and I couldn't talk to the guy, Daz, because we talked by computer. He burnt his computer up. So it took like a month before I talked to him, and he told me his whole life changed. He was living with some Buddhas or Buddhist people, and he was writing, and his writing had never been better, and he was really, really happy in his life. So I was like, phew. And then I'll tell you one more story, and then we'll do another activation. A client of mine had a lot of issues, but emotional issues, but her blood pressure was off, and I kept telling her to change her blood pressure medication. And I told her over and over and over again, and she didn't listen to me. She had a stroke. I told her to go to the hospital. She didn't listen to me. She had another stroke. She calls me again. Can't move my left arm. Can't walk. So I drove over to her house, picked her up, and took her to the hospital. She had 2 strokes. So she was on a walker. She couldn't button her bra. She has a disabled daughter. She couldn't button her bra. She couldn't brush her hair. She couldn't do anything. She was on a walker, and it was for a year. I did everything I'd always learned to try to help her. Nothing I could do helped her. And then the first 3 activations, I had the first 3 activations. And I said, do you want these? And she says, yes. So I ran the activations on her. A week later, she calls me and she says, all these belief systems from this past life's coming up. I said, perfect. Let's look at it. I went into that past life, cleared that stuff. The next day, she woke up off the walker. She could brush her hair. She could button her bra. She had a little bit of a limp. And then she stopped doing the activations for like a year. Because people kind of get freaked out when everything changes really fast. But then she started doing the activations again, and the limp went away. The limp went away. You can't even tell she ever had a stroke. And for a year, she was the same. And like a week after receiving the first 3 activations, she was off her walker, which is just, it blew me away, you know, and I was getting a lot of calls about people healing from cancer. And I can't claim any of that, you know, this isn't between you and God, I'm the facilitator. But I got to tell you, I've witnessed this work, just really amazing shifts in people. So we're going to do one more, okay? And that is known as the flower of life in sacred geometry. And that is also what I see around the planet at this time as the 5th dimensional grid system. And it's also the Christ consciousness. Okay, yes. Oh, just relax and enjoy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and just think about whatever you want to. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So I'm going to do a little plugging before I continue. Definitely go by our booth. We have 5 practitioners here today where you can get sacred activations from. We have books here, and the energy's in the books. We have links to my website where you can go get 3 free activations. If you sign up for practitioner training during this event, you get $500 worth of coupons worth of products off the website. And also, if you want to try out the activations, you can pay $20 and you'll get a $100 coupon off the website. And that's just for this show this weekend. Thank you. We have 2 teachers here, and 3 of them are practitioners, and then 2 teachers. So all these people are incredible, and I'm so thankful they showed up. Thank you, guys. Pardon me? I work with people worldwide, and I do a lot of my trainings online. I'm in California. Yeah, but I do everything online or in person, but you can do it online and be anywhere in the world. Oh, yes, please. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and you can actually download the teacher program and do it right here, right now, right where you are, and you get it. And then you get to join in a live training for free anytime you want, in person or online. Yeah, we record the trainings so that you can get those. And I suggest people go through the trainings a couple times because there's so much in the training, you'll miss a lot of it. So it's important to go through it a couple times. Yeah, we do live trainings, but I do them twice a year. So people buy them in the meantime, start practicing, join the practitioner page, and start interacting and shifting and changing with other people, other practitioners. And then you can join in a live practitioner training anytime you want, and you can redo them anytime you want for free. Because I want you to do them a couple times. Because every time, well, the trainings are always different. There's always new information coming in to share with you. And then it just helps shift you more and more and more every time. Okay, you guys ready? Christ consciousness activation. I will not be running through future past lives or genetics with this. Just this one, just go into your heart. You can even put your hand on your heart if you would like. It's called the flower of life or the Christ consciousness. Okay, whenever you're ready, just imagine you can go into Mother Earth and connect into Mother Earth's heart chakra. Just feel that love. You might find that you like yourself a lot more after this. You might find you even like other people more. Just feel that love going through every single cell of your body. When you're ready, open your eyes. Good. Anybody have any questions? Everybody just a little too blissed out to talk? Okay. I want to thank you very much. Please come by the booth if you would like. Again, we've got the postcards for free stuff. We have the books at my cost that you can pick up here, and just by reading the books will help shift you. We have practitioner training with tons of coupons off the website to help you get started. And we have lots of practitioners and teachers that you can talk to about this modality here for you. Thank you very much.